Well, greetings, YouTube model people. How is it going? All right, just coming at you here with an update on my Mars Garage Rusty group build. It is actually Saturday, October 25th, 2025. And basically, yeah, we have almost a week to finish this guy up, and I think we're going to make it. Not that that's a big deal, but it's always nice to try to finish a build within the prescribed time frame. Now, I'm doing a 1/32 scale kit. I do have an intro video of this. It is a lifelike hobby kit. Again, 1/32 scale, and it's a 49 Ford Tudor. Okay, so what we've done is, well, a couple things. So first thing we got here is the front grille is chromed up. Again, this was all molded in red plastic, as you can see. I'll paint the back of that black probably. But, and I used the Spastix chroming system, which is perfect for these kind of like, you don't want it to be like mirror, although that's pretty good. Mirror bumpers, right? Shine. This is slightly more, I don't know what the word you would call it, darker tone than like a bright chrome, in my opinion. So that's perfect, because when I go in there and even weather this up a lot more, which is going to make this almost completely dull, it'll work out real well. So I use the Spastix, which is you use a gloss black paint, and then over the gloss black, you paint the whatever Spastix paint you want. I did the same with the front and rear bumpers, right? So again, using that Spastix paint. It takes a little getting used to. If you spray it on too heavy, you're going to lose the effect, right? It's going to get duller than being like a mirror finish. And these are slightly like that. Wheels, they were two-piece wheels, tires, I should say, really, two-piece tires. I always paint, unless it's a unique situation, even if they're rubber, the tires, I always paint my tires with rubber black. Okay, it's to me a rubber black. It just looks more realistic than the, I guess you could say rubber that they use for the tires. So the underneath, we showed you before we weathered, we just started to get some wash on there. Still got a ways to go yet. That is way too clean yet. But as you can tell, it's a little bit dirtied up. With a brown wash, I'm going to go over there with another brown wash. I'm going to go over with a, I think it's called dirty oil wash, and then, stuff like that. Interior, we ain't doing much with. I may just do a little touch up, but not really too much. You're not going to see it at this scale. Almost going to see nothing inside, but I just wanted to take that basic paint and knock it down a little bit with a brown wash, and then a little bit of a pastel of brown in there just to take the shine off a little bit, the sheen off. Again, you're not going to hardly see any of that, especially in this scale. And then the most exciting part, using Marcella's or Mars's rusting technique for the first time. Now, a little twist with this is that I'm doing this in 1/32 scale, and like, you got to think a little differently, and no pun intended, you got to scale things down a bit, because it's a much smaller subject to work with. But I am absolutely over the moon with what the results are coming up to be. You can see I had a little bit of issue with something, and we'll show you that here. But basically, part of it is perfect. So here is the overall look. I went with this dark green Tamiya paint as the body color, and I did it, nice and kind of a matte finish. The paint is AS1, believe it or not. This guy here, dark green, okay? And the interior is this color too, just in case you're curious. TS46, light sand, okay? Both Tamiya colors, spray paint. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with how this looks. Obviously, it's a touch and feel thing to what you want it to look like. Now, where I stopped was on the roof, because I was having issues because the darkest color, I think it's burnt umber, in the paints was a bit watery. I don't know, I didn't mix it up well enough or whatever. So it started to pull the paint that was down there already off a little bit. So what I'm going to do is be careful of that going forward, but I certainly stopped there and said, you know what, let me just stop there. And other than maybe a little touch up on the front, it's basically where I want it to be, right? There may be just a little touch up here or there, very little. But yeah, very cool. And thanks for passing along that awesome tutorial to show how to do that and what to use. So that's it, folks. All right, talk in a bit. Cheers.